All over this country, people wake up in the morning and they're shaking their heads and they're saying, what is going on in our country? We are looking at a pandemic which has now taken over 190,000 lives. We're looking at an economic meltdown which has cost us tens of millions of jobs. People are struggling to put food on the table. They're worried about getting evicted. They don't have any health care. They're wondering how they're going to survive tomorrow. We're looking at a situation where systemic racism reigns throughout this country, police brutality, and the need for real police and criminal justice reform. And then on top of all of that, turn on the TV and you see the west coast of the United States, some of the most beautiful land in our country, burning. Hundreds of thousands of acres are burning because of unprecedented climate change and the warming of the planet. Now, there are people out there in Washington, my colleagues in the Senate, they say the Green New Deal is too expensive. We can't afford it. Well, you tell me the alternative. Tell me the alternative if we're going to be looking at a planet which is burning up, if we're looking at more and more droughts and the decline of food production, if you're looking at more and more extreme weather disturbances, hurricanes and tornadoes, if you're looking at more and more disease, if you're looking at more and more mass migrations of people around the world who can no longer stay in their communities because there's no water or there is no food. Climate change is the existential threat to our planet. And we are seeing it with our own eyes right now. We're seeing it in California and Oregon. We're seeing it in the state of Washington. Last year we saw it in Australia. We see it in heat waves in Europe. We need to take on the fossil fuel industry. We need to have the courage to tell the oil companies and the gas companies and the coal companies that their short-term profits are not more important than the future of this planet. We need the moral clarity to make it clear that we have the responsibility to make sure that our children and grandchildren and future generations have a planet that is healthy and is habitable. Nothing more basic than that. So today, as our hearts go out to the suffering in the West Coast, loss of life, loss of homes by the hundreds, let us keep our eyes focused on the need to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel. And yes, the Green New Deal is not too expensive, because the alternative is far, far more dreadful, more destructive, and much more expensive.